So guys, just taking a little Citroen C1 back in part exchange from a customer. Sold it to them a year ago. She's going for a Ford Fiesta 1 litre EcoBoost. She's going up in size, not with me. I've been told not to stock that car. I hear a lot of bad things about the EcoBoost engine. Maybe somebody wants to tell me down below their experiences with it, whether it's unfair or not. But I heard they're called EcoBooms. So yeah, we got the little C1 back off of them. I didn't put these wheel trims on it. Ideally I'd like the manufacturer's trims. I don't like aftermarket wheel trims on it. But other than that, she's kept it in really good condition. She did have private plates on it, hence why no number plates. I've got number plates in the back here to go back on it again. Yeah, she's kept it in good condition. Had it MOT'd before she brought it to me and serviced, including spark plugs. So it's had a really decent service on it. The MOT was advisory free. So advisory free, and it's only done 47,000 miles as I recall. Now this was a Cat N car I got in, a previous Cat N. I don't think I did the repair. God, it was bad and it's only a year ago, I can't remember. And what I like about this one is it's got the later spotlights down the side of it. Now I think in the current market, I sold this for 2,795 I think. I think in the current market it's worth exactly the same, especially with an advisory free new MOT and a big service, because without that it'd probably be 3.5k ish, I'd say. So I think I'm going to put it up for 2,795 is where I'm going to be with it. I think I can just see a little bit of, might just tackle that little bit of surface rust down there on the front wing. Yeah, just rub it down, dab it in so it doesn't go any further. But it's got the nice interior on it as well, the one with the striped interior. I can't remember if I locked it. Yeah, it's got a nice striped interior on it. Let's say it's only on 40 or 5,000 miles. The only thing wrong with it, stereo's not working. She said that stopped working shortly after she got the car, but I don't know why she didn't come and see me, because I'd have sorted it out for her. But yeah, so I'm going to track down I'm going to track down a C1 unit for that to replace that, because you're going to want a stereo in it. But other than that, it seems like could be a nice quick flip round for me. Had a brilliant call this morning, apparently, while I was out getting the Suzuki Splash from the people that bought the Hyundai i20, the black Hyundai i20 I sold. It's an interesting one, because apparently a couple of days after having it, the tyre went flat. They took it into a garage, and the garage said it had a slash in the tyre, and it's a lucky it didn't get a blowout at any time. You know, that car went out with the tyres were fully inflated and they were all good. So I'm not sure what entirely went on there. They've been driving it around. I can't really see how after a couple of days I could be responsible for a slash in a tyre. It's always possible it was there and I hadn't noticed I had a slow puncture or something. I would probably out of goodwill maybe go 50-50 with them on it, or is that too generous, guys? Anyway, the other complaint about the i20, I don't know if it was a complaint or not, is that it takes off too quickly. Apparently it's too fast. Now that was the person that I sent round and round and round the industrial estate. She drove it round and round and round because she didn't want me in the car for a full test drive, and she came back and said, you need to go back round again, don't you? You need to go round a few more times to be sure. And she did that, and now she's saying it takes off too quickly. So I'm not sure what I could do about a car being too fast, to be honest. Here's an interesting one for you. How many of you have seen one of these recently? Alfa Romeo 164. I've had a few of these, just the 2 litres. Oh no, and tell a lie, I did have a 3 litre Cloverleaf as well, that I restored a little while back, probably about 3 years ago. I did a Cloverleaf that was an amazing car, but I made it so mint I never wanted to use it, so I sold it straight away. This is a 3 litre 12 valve. It's a left hooker. It's got that lovely metallic green. This is in with Stuart, one of our serial Alfa Romeo hoarders, has bought it and dropped it down to get it MOT'd and road legal, because he was going to put the engine in his 75, but he's decided the car's probably too good. There's very few of these about. He's decided it's probably too good to do that too. Yeah, I am going to miss having all the Alphas around me when I go to the unit. I mean, I better get cracking, I've got lots of packing to do. So, the caddy is all loaded up for the first part of the move, and Adrian's popped by and got the MGB loaded. First time it's been on its wheels for ages. Got the MGB loaded, ready to go over to the new unit. So you've been asking for ages, so let's go over and have a look at the new unit. So finally guys, here it is, the new premises. And I did go for both units, so both these are mine. I haven't got access to this half yet, the gentleman's still clearing it out, but I did get early access to this side. So here's have a quick little tour. So we've got electric roller shutter and side door, and this is the unit I'm thinking that I will probably keep for car display, and this is the clean side of it, the office side of it, and all that will be in here. We've got 1,300 square foot in this side. I haven't gone for an adjoining door or anything here. Now my reasoning for that is, being out here predominantly on my own with the resources I've got, one of the problems with the garage we're at the moment is that, being a garage, people think they can pop in any time they like with any minor ailment on their car and it will jump straight on it. And I'm paying out for warranties and still doing the work myself. So I actually don't want to present myself as a mechanical garage, and I probably won't be so much, because I'll still be getting my hands dirty, you can guarantee you that, but I don't want to present myself as a working garage anymore. So that's the idea behind keeping the two separate. So 1,300 square foot in here, and as you can see with the MGB in, I could theoretically, with my smaller cars, get at least 3 along, if not 4 along. But Adrian just had a really good idea that basically I should swing in and park them all at a natty angle, Le Mans style, all the way along the side here when they're presented and looking good. It'll be a really good display area. I mean, in here I could fit, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 11 or 12 cars, all well spaced out on display, all looking mint, which would allow me perhaps to move into that sports and classic side of things as well. In this unit, I've got the toilet, which obviously, so this is a better one to bring the customers into. I've got my little toilet in here, so maybe a lick of paint, put some stuff up on the wall, make that look a bit more pleasant. And on here will be, obviously the important thing for a lad like myself, is the eating area. So we've got a little kitchen area in here with a bit of storage. So in here the aim will be to try and keep this sort of paperwork storage, not parts, and keep it nice and tidy. Now the big thing with this unit, which was the reason I'm a little bit out in the sticks, was finding enough parking. The deal I've done means that this entire area you're seeing over here, where the truck is being moved, and where the wheelie bins are, all the wheelie bins and the truck are being moved out. This is all mine. This is all mine for cars. I've got enough room here to put a ridiculous amount of cars in, guys. I think on paper the deal is that I can have 20 out here, but the landlords, as you see, this is the middle of the day on a working day and the place is pretty empty, so I'm not going to run into any issues with neighbours on parking. But he said basically, as long as you're sensible, I don't mind. But on paper we've got it down for 20, but I can literally stock up to my heart's content here. Now I did also, as many of you suggested, get it written into the lease that I've got a subletting contract. So I do have the option of letting to other people as well. Probably my thoughts are it would be just stock storage for some other people there, but we'll see how I get on with one unit. So we'll be getting access to this unit in November. So there we have it, guys. There's the new units. It's a bit scary because obviously my deal with Stuart means I just pay a percentage on sale, so I've got no overhead, set overhead at all. But the cost of these 2 units and the parking outside is the equivalent of what I've been paying Stuart on average per month. And obviously on top of that I've been paying Pete for labour as well. So theoretically on paper it shouldn't cost me much more. Obviously there's some other bills on top, the electric and all that kind of stuff, which is actually all provided to these units from the farm's own solar panel field. So I've got a bit of an eco bonus there as well. But obviously, yeah, it's still a little bit scary. My nearest MOT station is quite a bit further away, as is my nearest garage. So I've got to start building some new relationships with some garages locally. But there we have it, guys. And obviously I'm going to be moving bits by bits. I've got the caddy all loaded up, so I've got to unload all the stuff out of that. And then I'm not going to go crazy decorating. I haven't got the time, and 2, I think it actually looks pretty neat and tidy as it is. And we'll just get some nice car picks up, that kind of stuff, get a desk and some chairs in here. So we've got a nice area to sit down. So yeah, there we have it, guys. End of an era with Stew Pot over at Alfa Ragazzi. And obviously I'm always going to be massively grateful for Stuart for allowing me to do work out of that unit. We had, like I said, a long-term relationship with a unit previously, but I was obviously in my corporate job and I wasn't there on a daily basis, so he had to start getting used to me being around day in, day out, and sharing equipment and all that kind of stuff. But he's been absolutely fantastic that entire time, and that's really what gave me the leg up to be able to get started on what I'm doing here. I think I can show you out the back door. There's an amazing view out the back door. There you go, guys. There's a NHS building here. I think the NHS rent that one, but you can see the view and you can see the solar panels over there that are powering the units. But yeah, it's end of an era with Stew Pot, but I'm sure we'll still be in contact lots and seeing each other lots, and obviously Petey's going to be coming over to give me a hand over at the unit. And those old school guys watching the channel will remember Scotty. He said he wants to come over and give us a hand too. So there's lots of people offering to give a hand. Even a few of your subscribers have offered to come and give a hand. So let's start getting stuff moved in. One last thing I did forget to mention. We've got to do it. Adrian's got to do another run for me because there is a yet undisclosed project car that will be going with the MGB, and both of those are going to go in the other unit when I get the other unit to get them out of the way. In the other unit, my idea is to actually, on the back, in this sort of area, because it doesn't have the toilet in the area, is to have an inflatable spray booth or something similar, so I can keep the dust and dirt out when working on the cars. In front of that, have a lift. Now obviously I'm going to have to get lift over to the side in these buildings to allow for the height here, and I might not be able to go full height with a lift. And then in front of that, obviously room for other mechanical stuff, like I say, keep all the mechanical stuff, the tools, workbenches, all that in there. That is the idea. But yeah, we've got a yet undisclosed project that Adrian needs to come and pick up for me, which I bought on a whim from one of Stuart's customers, that I need to get in as well. That's another project we'll have to get cracking with. I really do need to get cracking with the MGB now. I need to put a concerted period of time into it. It's looking very low at the front because I didn't put the springs in yet. You want to put the engine in really, so you can then compress the springs easier on the front of it. I've got to go around and do loads of body work on it, try and get all the panel gaps right. I've decided I think I want to plexiglass the glass all the way around, obviously apart from the front windscreen, take more weight out again. And I've decided with this one as well to build it more for myself than with the resale side of things in it, because it's something I've always wanted to build, and I think I need to build it to the spec I want, which is super lightweight, and I think we're definitely going to go for that supercharger as well. Anyway, so there you go. I'll stop drivelling on. That is the end of this one, and I'll look to catch you again soon, probably to show you what that new little project is. Thanks as always for watching, guys. Really appreciate it.